Memory slips happen to everyone. You walk into a room, pause, and your brain suddenly acts like it just rebooted. Names disappear. You forget what you were doing. It feels annoying, and it makes you wonder if your brain is quietly betraying you. But here's the twist: it's not failing you, it's simply not being trained consistently. Memory isn't fixed, it's flexible. And one of the easiest ways to sharpen it daily is through memory games. Real games, not boring textbook drills. Fun challenges that your brain secretly uses as workouts. Memory games improve recall because they activate neural pathways. Each time you try to remember a match, a symbol, a pattern, or a phrase, you're basically doing mental reps. The more you do it, the easier recall becomes. And it's not just memory that improves. Focus strengthens too. You can win these games if your mind is wandering around thinking about what to make for dinner. These games make your brain stay present, and that presence is what sparks mental clarity. Matching games are classics for a reason. As a kid, flipping over cards felt like fun. As an adult, you realize it was also training your short-term memory and your ability to store visual data. Matching patterns, remembering where something is, forces your brain to hold information longer than a second. And it feels good when you nail a perfect match. That little dopamine hit, that's your brain rewarding itself for paying attention. Word games take this to another level. They stretch language recall, vocabulary strength, and verbal flexibility. When you're connecting letters, forming words, solving anagrams, your brain has to sift through stored information and retrieve it fast. That speed builds sharper thinking, and it helps you in daily conversations. Public speaking, writing, and even remembering names. Words are data, and games that strengthen access to that data make communication smoother. Visualization is another memory booster that turns thinking into a vivid movie in your mind. When you attach images to ideas, or turn a grocery list into silly mental pictures, your recall skyrockets. The brain stores visual images more efficiently than random text, so by adding colors, movement, exaggeration, you're giving your brain hooks to grab onto later. It sounds playful, it is. But it's powerful. Sequencing games, like pattern recall or repeating a flashing light sequence, improve working memory. Working memory is the system that lets you keep information active while thinking. It's what helps you follow steps, remember directions, or hold part of a sentence in mind while forming your response. Sequencing trains that system to hold more information longer and retrieve it on demand. There's also the social side of memory games. When you play memory tasks with others, something special happens. You laugh, you interact, you engage, and that social interaction boosts emotional chemistry in the brain. That chemistry makes recall easier. Shared memory games don't just sharpen cognitive skills. They make the process more enjoyable and more memorable. Mindfulness-based memory play teaches your brain to pay attention in the moment. When you stay present, you remember more. When your mind jumps around constantly, memories slip through cracks. Mindfulness games strengthen awareness, and that awareness turns into better recall, memory. Training doesn't need to take hours. A few minutes every day is enough to create improvement. Think of it like brushing your brain short, daily maintenance that keeps things clear, sharp, and functioning well. Memory games don't just boost your brain, they make the process enjoyable. And when training is fun, you actually stick with it. So play the games. Make your brain work. And laugh while doing it. That's how your memory gets stronger, one fun challenge at a time.